deployment.
We had
I don't
about
even know,
triple
like,
that. Poutine, we had about triple that during the Suez thing with Yemen and all that.
yeah. Well, I think this.
Wait, it's a
This
really
is
bad
it's just
argument
so
because
insane
we
to me. Like,
bombed the shit out of Yemen.
okay, that's right. So it's just so insane to me, right? This is the same president, right, who moved the embassy to Jerusalem, right? Caused the Great March of Return, which is one of the reasons for October 7th happening, right? This is the exact same. This is the exact same president. Um, sorry, I can't think. Who bombed Iran, and not only bombed Iran, but greenlit Israel and helped Israel start the war of Iran and their initial attack, right? This is the exact same president who renamed the Department of Defense to Department of War and said we can't just be on a defensive, we need to be on an offensive, right? This is the exact same president who was threatening war with Venezuela and Nigeria, and then I have to have Mega come up here and say, no new wars, no new wars, no new
It's
wars,
bad.
right? At the exact same time, give me a second, dude. At the exact same time, Joe Biden, my beautiful big balls Biden, actually had the balls to pull out of Afghanistan after military generals told him time and time again, delay, and Trump was too fucking pussyfooted to do it and kept complying with like what they wanted, and Biden actually did it. Only president who's
Yeah, you're
done wars
forgetting
here
the
is
biggest
Biden.
part. Scratch, keep forgetting the biggest part. Biden ended the drone war.
I mean,
Like,
Scratch. I'll tell you this. I'm military. I'm someone that's been military since I was 18. I'll tell you this. My entire family is all active and veterans. Do we want to go to war? No. Do we want to be getting deployed? Do we want shit to be happening in our country? Do we want to be on your soil? No. And Annoying knows how I feel, and he knows exactly what I'm gonna say because the fact is, a lot of shit I cannot say, so Annoying can talk for me. But I sat down with the Pentagon because the fact is I've got family members who work at the DoD. Well, now it's the Department of War. But I will say this.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Hello?
hello?
I can hear you, Scratch.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, I mean, Annoying knows how I feel. The fact is that the reason why we changed it was because the fact is that they want wars. They want to have wars in every single conflict.
Who?
And I think it's stupid.
Who want wars? Who wants wars?
Trump, Hank's death.
Okay, so you're agreeing with my point. So you're agreeing with my exact point, which is that they don't actually care about no new wars. Okay. Oh, I'm glad you agree. I'm glad you agree.
Yeah.
They're lying, discussing.
Scratch. That's why I came up. That's why.
Oh no, thanks for the support. Like, usually when I see somebody for profile picture, that's a flag with like a blue thing in the middle with the police flag. I'm
yeah,
like, oh.
my dad's Air Force. I'm Army. By the way, Scratch, I was gonna say I have an extra ticket to the Army Navy game in December.
An extra what?
It just looks like the Blue Lives Matter flag, not the.
No, it's the Air Force. It's an Air Force
I see it
flag.
now, yeah, but I was just.
Yeah, so
Okay.
Scratch. I have an extra ticket to the Army Navy game in December. If you want an extra ticket, it's gonna be down Maryland.
Yeah, I'm probably. I think I'm probably good. I'll definitely give it a follow.
Yeah, because I'm going to the game. So anyone that's in Maryland, anyone that's on the East Coast, if anyone wants a ticket, yeah, I've got 8 tickets left.
8 tickets, holy shit.
Yeah, it's the Army Navy game that's
yeah.
gonna be taken off on the December 13th.
So I know Army Navy has a rivalry. Why doesn't like Navy Air Force or Navy?
I have no idea.
So
Yeah.
So Park, I'll tell you the whole history of the military.
Well,
I know the history of the military.
Yeah, we don't need that. So I'm live on YouTube. I do need to get numbers up, right?
Is it because the Air Force came along later? Is that?
No. So the Army and the Air Force was one branch, and then the Navy, the Marine Corps was one branch.
Yeah.
And that's what started the whole military.
Yeah, I just didn't realize that. Okay. Yeah,
wait, so you're in the military or were?
Yes, I've been in since I was 18. I'm 30.
Okay, you get into that 20 year.
Someday.
You get into that 20 year and then getting out.
I'm thinking about getting out next year,
Oh,
but
you don't want to get to the 20. You're already 12 in. Might as well stick it around until to get max benefits now.
exactly.
So 20 years.
Yeah, I'm only a captain.
Thanks for the gift, guys. Remember, like, please like the live, especially on the YouTube
Oh,
side.
yeah,
We're just getting people,
but
just trying to
Scratch-
get this people in.
Sketch, I
gift-
definitely agree with you.
Thank you. I just gonna say, please, gift the live, not to give me any money, but just to make sure that we're getting people up. I don't get that much money from TikTok, anyways. Yeah, comment if
Okay.
you disagree.
And annoying.
Yeah.
Next time you go live, you should have me in your panel since I've been watching your streams since day one.
Really? I've never seen you in my comments.
I do comment. I'm like, hello. I do
Damn,
comment.
Damn,
blast.
bro's getting the cold shoulder.
Damn, I'm a terrible host.
Well,
I
he's French. He
apologize.
can't read English anyway. So.
I'm not even French.
Yeah,
God.
French.
he's Israeli. We've
He's
gone over
Israeli.
this.
Ooh, even worse.
We've
even
gone
worse.
Yeah,
over this
shalom.
time and time again. He's definitely Israeli.
Sure. Are you getting 7,000 a month?
You know what, Chaz? Send me
I
money.
literally
I'm
wait.
Israeli.
Did anybody? I can't wink. I fucking
Do it.
What?
yeah.
Try.
I
Just do it quicker. You're doing it. Just do it quicker.
Yeah, no.
You're
Mm.
supposed to move your
Stop,
cheek.
stop.
Don't try to not move your cheek. You're supposed to move your cheek.
like,
Yeah, there you go.
that's not a good wink though. It looks ridiculous.
Most winks aren't good.
So Park,
Oh,
did you,
fuck.
so Park, did you hear the
Those
news
would be-
about the DRAFTs might happen?
The RAFTs.
No, the DRAFT, the draft.
There's like no shot that happens.
True.
Like even if someone said that, there's just still a 0 shot.
Well, I was watching one of the commanders at Camp Lejeune. He's got short black hair, curly. I forget what rank he is, but the fact is that he's been pumping out videos from Camp Lejeune, and the base commanders have been pumping out videos saying that Trump might call it.
Look, USA,
There's, like,
you,
okay,
you
there's,
sorry,
like, no
USAF
point to
daughter.
draft.
Sorry, this is
Yeah, it's a
this is
draft.
nothing. This is just how like online works. I already have
There's
two.
supposed to
I
be
already have
Chinese-
two. So I already have two friendlies up here. I'm gonna try to. I do have to record shit and get content out. Thanks for coming up. You're welcome to say in comments. And thanks for the offer, by the way. So
If you look in your TikTok DMs, I sent you the link for the Intersociety NGO study. 40 supporting references for their numbers, but I think it's last year's. I don't think it's the 2025 one. Well, I think it's the 2023, 2024.
yeah, I'll go here. Let me. It's in my DM.
It's a. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to argue the point of what you're trying to have, that he's going off bad numbers and stuff like that. But because that's moot. But whatever. You can, it definitely is happening though.
I don't. I need Trump supporters up here. I'm not getting any. I'm literally not getting any Trump supporters. They're definitely in the comments. I can literally see them.
I'm
They're-
telling you, bro. More provocative. That's what you got to do.
This is this is super provocative. This is a
Yeah,
super
look at Trump.
provocative.
He's right in that.
You need to be too. You need to be
Dude,
an
see,
intellectual.
look at
to,
his
like,
prompt.
stop.
Trump is writing a fucking like
Yeah.
what? I don't even know that.
Yeah, but you
F22.
need
Is it a
to-
25?
Bombing
I didn't want to be
Iran.
wrong,
Dude,
but
you
Well,
need
yeah,
to
it's,
have
I just
brain
reused. Sorry,
rot to
I
actually
reused an asset from an old prompt. So yeah, it's
Yeah,
Iran.
you got to do like an AI picture of Trump being like shit on, or like the
No,
and-
fuck
him and
AI.
BB,
AI
like,
sucks.
jerking-
Look, I made this
him
by
and BB
myself.
jerking each
I
other off.
don't mess with them
Really
clankers.
get that.
I don't mess with them clankas.
My
I
bad,
do the same.
clankers.
Something more brain rotting.
Scratch, say it with the hardest word possible, buddy.
Yeah, I don't mess with them clankas. Sorry, dude.
No, you gotta say it with a hard R.
Why?
Yes, you have to say the
Because you and your
corny-
brother are great at hard R's. I want to hear it.
I don't mess with them clankers.
Clinkers!
Bro, my Israeli French man, he's gotta calm
Don't be
down.
mad. Donald Trump can't call for
Sorry,
a
I
draft. We're
just
not at
you
war.
just got to
Holy
close
shit!
your eyes.
Wait,
like,
no,
scratch
no, shut the fuck up, right? This talking point specifically pisses me the fuck off. When Donald Trump was criticizing Biden for wars, and he was saying, I had no new wars under my administration, Biden had wars under his administration, and it wasn't that the US was at war. We are not at war fucking Russia right now. There is no formal declaration of war, right? We're sending aid. We are not at war with the fucking Palestinians right now. There's no formal declaration of war. We're sending aid to Israel, right? That's
Sure.
what Donald Trump was criticizing Biden for. That's what he meant
Yeah.
by no new
Trump
wars.
was
And then,
criticizing Biden because wars
Parker,
happened.
Parker. And then Donald Trump not only funds Israel, right? He unfreezes the arms embargo right before the attack on Iran. He greenlights the attack on Iran from Israel, and he fucking bombs Iran.
It's Iran, by the way, not
It's Iran.
Iran.
I don't give a fuck. I'm an American. I'm not some Israeli. Like what is this talking? The talking point was never the U.S. isn't at war. It was that Biden didn't do enough on a global stage to like police and stop wars, and he keeps funding different countries. And now Donald Trump's doing the exact same things. Like, and on top of that, he's actually directly threatening war with Venezuela, with Nigeria. And it's like, who cares?
Yeah, but
Who
Scratch, like,
gives a fuck?
JD Vance was open. JD Vance literally said the difference is that back then we had stupid presidents and now we
War
have
equals
Donald
money.
Trump.
You're naive.
True.
I can't like I'm gonna explain this one more time. The
Go.
No New Wars talking point was criticizing Biden not doing enough to stop wars not that we were not directly involved in, but mostly wars that we were either funding or that happened under his administration, not that wars we were directly under. That was Trump's criticism. And that under his administration, no new wars, not that we were involved in, but no new wars in general started, right? And under Biden's administration, we saw wars like the war in Ukraine and the Gaza war, right? The war in Gaza.
And just to be
right?
super clear, we even left
The
a war. We
problem
left
is with that
Afghanistan
talking
left.
point is that now when I use the exact same logic that Trump was using under his administration to say, hey, Trump literally helped Israel start a war with Iran. Fuck you, right? Trump literally to start with Iran. Then I get the, well, we're not directly at war. That was never the talking point. You guys are changing the goalpost on that argument because it's inconvenient to hold you to the exact same standard that Trump was holding Biden to. I'm sorry.
Because it was a
maybe do
stupid
little-
standard to begin with. Just to be super clear, you guys had a dumb
Brad,
standard.
Advocator wants to come up. That might be enough.
Let me up, son. True.
Son.
Well, if I'm allowing
Yeah, why do you support Trump?
if I'm allowing advocator up, I'm disconnecting Parker because I already have too many friendlies.
No, disconnect me. Bring Parker
No,
back.
Scratch, I got to go, so I love y'all. You got my go.
Love you.
Pretty fair. Yeah. He goes, Parker comes up.
Okay, dummy. A friend of mine is Palestinian, and he even says that Iran is a threat to the world. Wake up. Those are two separate arguments. That's a red herring, right? So if the argument is that that Donald Trump said no new wars as a talking point, and that he was going to be like the Liberian peace, he wasn't going to start any wars under his administration, and that he's now violated that is different than saying that attacking Iran wasn't a good thing, right? We can honestly, I think that's there's probably a good argument to say that Iran could have been attacked. I disagree. But the fact is, Donald Trump made a promise, no new wars, right? He
Yeah.
literally said on the campaign stage, right, that I'm not going to start any wars. In fact, I'm going to end wars, and he has directly violated that. And that's why I need to get through Trump supporters' heads.
True.
Right.
Very
That's-
good point.
Yep. So maybe try and
also
track
that
the
he'll-
conversation. I know it's really hard for a lot of you to track the conversation in the YouTube comment section, but maybe try and do that a little bit more.
Yeah. He also said that he was going to tackle prices day one, and he said that he was going to end the Ukraine-Russia war day one, and none of these things
Where's
ever.
my $1 gas?
Exactly, true.
Oh, so you took what a politician said as gospel? No, that was Trump said that. That was also every single mega person's argument. I'm sorry, that was the fucking Rob Moore's argument. That was Andrew Wilson's argument. That was Betty Johnson's argument. That was all these
Tim Pool, Charlie Kirk.
Tim Pool, Charlie Kirk.
RP.
Tim,
Parker,
all,
don't
that
give
was
up
all
on
of
your
their
dollar
that
gas.
was
My
that was
job.
all of their arguments.
What?
Okay,
Wait,
That's the
Scratch, how
problem.
many viewers
What'd
do
you
you have
say,
on
Siege?
YouTube?
huh?
I said, don't
We're
give up
only
on
at
your
we're only
$1
at
gas
46. We're
stream.
only
I
at
can't hear you.
46 right now.
That's
But-
fire.
Hopefully we
I was
get
saying, Parker, don't give up on your $1 gas stream. All right, we're only 1 year in. We still got another 3 years. Let him
Yeah.
cook. all
Sure,
right?
Also,
yes.
when it
Gas
comes to
is going to
foreign-
continually
when it
go
comes-
down. That makes
when it
sense.
comes to foreign policy, if the president's saying this is my policy and I'm like, okay, well, if that's your policy and this is your criticism of the other candidate, there's nothing wrong with me holding them to that standard. Okay, I'm sorry, you guys really hate when I do that, but that's just your reality. Okay,
That's a
engage in
W.
policy.
That's a W standard to hold Trump's wars to.
Groceries are way up. I don't know. They're not way up, but food inflation
Well-
has been going up for a while. It was going up a little bit under Biden too.
Yeah.
Also, the new MAHA regulations for food coloring and all that innovation that like Nestle and Great Value, all of them have to do with like food coloring and all that stuff. That's also going to make
I
prices
don't know what
go
schools
up.
taught y'all. Y'all are so
Well, just to
far
be
off. I
super
don't
clear,
look,
like,
go ahead.
actually, fuck. Oh, inflation's higher right now than it was 1 year ago. So, like,
Yeah, keep that in mind.
He came in at 2.9, and now it's at 3. It's a 0.01.
that's not 1 year ago. November of
Why do we-
last year was at
I don't-
2.6%
This
or
is,
whatever.
okay, can we stop? Can we
Isn't
stop?
it start
I really
2.9?
sorry. I really just I hate the it was this and then it was this. If when we're talking the criticism of Trump, right, is that Trump implemented tariffs and these tariffs have caused inflation, right? And we've seen it drop down all the way to 2.4, then it's risen up all the way to 3%. And the prediction was, okay, if we are going to see inflation from tariffs, there's going to be about a 5-month delay in his presidency from the implementation of like tariff liberation day to like the actual inflation going up. And we've seen that. That was the prediction the Fed made. We're seeing inflation going up because of that. The inflation we saw under Biden, mostly was because of things out of his control, specifically C-19 shutdown on supply chains being fucked up. Now, if you look at the studies, and Nick makes this argument all the time, 20% of it definitely was due to government overspending. Now, also remember, Trump also did stimulus, so part of that must have also been part of his fault. But most of it was out of Biden's control, right? And then we saw inflation come back down. The inflation that we're seeing right now is almost certainly because of tariffs. It is Trump's actions which are causing it. The inflation that was happening before was not in Biden's hands, right? That's the thing we need to make sure to be clear. That's why we're looking month over month, not year to year, okay? Or year to date.
Yeah, agreed.
And keep in mind, Trump's original promise was tackling prices day one.
I was
He said
promised
also
0%
day one we're
inflation,
gonna
let's
end the
be
war in
clear.
Ukraine. He said the worst part. What didn't he say? Like we're gonna end the war in Ukraine. Once when I'm
24 hours
elected?
of then being elected.
It being
24
elected.
hours.
Yeah.
And then it went to, well, he's not even in office yet, bro. I was like, okay, well, 24 hours of
Sure.
being in office.
It hasn't even been a full year yet, dude. Did you just expect him to end a war within a year? Are you serious?
Yeah, and then it's
Oh,
always
that's the argument.
well, that's just rhetoric, bro.
My balls are rhetoric for your
Meanwhile,
mom.
Russia's escalating their attacks on Ukraine.
I like that Trump made all these promises because I feel like in his first term he didn't make as many promises as he did in this most recent term, and I think that's gonna come and bite him in the ass a lot.
It already has.
Dedicated, both
talking about
parties
it.
have to do that to try
Like,
to
I think that's gonna
Universal
happen. It's
healthcare.
not-
No, what are you talking about? That already has happened.
Yeah, I was just saying this is actively happening. So
Yeah, like look at
Who are you
the
talking
this
to,
is
Scratch? I don't see any movement.
huh?
Who are you talking to?
No, yeah, I'm saying it's already happened. Like he's already screwed himself over with promises.
No, I agree.
Also,
I'm
if
not-
you looked at the Russian conflict, and saw how they had already, by the time he'd get into office, they were already in a full-fledged war economy, and there was zero reason, any benefit for them to stop because he still hadn't made any large concessions for more funding for Ukraine, so it was all on Europe still. There was zero incentive for Putin to give up because if he knows America's not going to.
Yeah, but
he knows
one of the big things that this was probably the first actually screwed himself over.
Love you guys.
Over thing, right? So I just went over the whole inflation narrative, right? I'm repeating talking points. The narrative was that Biden, right? And this is why the number one issue in the economy, right? Oh, inflation. Grocery prices are up. I'm gonna fix it. This was literally the number one issue, and the argument was Biden spent all the stimulus. All the stimulus caused inflation. It's Biden's fault. We saw with the infrastructure bill, Inflation Reduction Act, Build Back Better, Chip and Science Act. All this spending thing created a whole bunch of increase in M2 money supply. We saw inflation, right? That was the argument that people were making, and Trump came in and said, okay. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get grocery prices down. And one of the points of that is I'm going to balance the budget. I'm going to reduce the deficit. I'm going to reduce the debt. What does Trump do? Continuing resolution? No.
It's a $200 billion positive.
Continuing resolution increases the debt that he signed in Congress.
Yep.
The reconciliation bill increases the debt
the-
signed in Congress. The big beautiful bill increases the debt. All of these bills he signed continue to increase the debt. And what happens when Ron Paul and Thomas Massey come out and say, hey, you promised to reduce debt. What happened? You said you were going to do all these Doge cuts. What happened? He attacks them on Twitter. He says that they're
But
being
Scratch,
fake.
once the triple B goes into effect in 2026, I'm pretty sure it's a $200 billion annual net like servicing the debt. I don't think it's a.
Well,
did
no.
add
So
more
for the first,
spending, but I think we're in the positive for the
so
first
for the
time
first
ever.
for the first like 2 years, the idea is the deficit is going to go up. Then it's going to be by 2028. So by the end of Trump's presidency, the first time the deficit will be a surplus. That's the idea. The problem is that this is what Congress does this literally all the time. Well, and I think they did this in the past, and I
Yeah,
think
they'll
I can find
appropriate more
examples.
later.
Well, they'll say, "Oh, guys, you know what? We're going to increase the deficit now, but eventually, in a couple of years, we'll reduce the deficit, and then eventually we'll even balance the budget." But guess what happens? New Congress in a couple of years, literally, we're gonna have midterms, or it comes up, and everyone's like, "Oh, actually, we're just going to increase the debt even more, and the deficit included." It's another way that Congress does this all the time. We're just like, we're going to do good policies in a couple of years, and then they just end up not doing them anyways.
Yeah, but the base claim of him getting the deficit under control, he has achieved that. The legislative branch doing something that they want to do is not his responsibility. That's their
Keep
fault.
that. Wait. So, but he signed the big beautiful bill
Yeah, and
and
like
the
you said
reconciliation
yourself,
bill.
they
He didn't.
will
He has a veto
eventually
power.
service that.
That is partially his fault. He didn't. And then when people called him out for it, he didn't.
Well,
He
it's not
didn't. He didn't. And when people called him out for it, instead of saying, "Oh, yeah, you're right, Congress, you need to like step in line, like cut some shit here," he attacked the people who were saying this isn't reducing the deficit or the debt.
Hello.
If he cut more, it would never have passed the Senate. What we're seeing with the CR would have happened with the Triple B. He made his concessions with Schumer and AOC for that bill, but at the end of the day, the fact of the matter is, like you said yourself, starting in 2028, the debt will be serviced, and unless the legislative branch doesn't appropriate more,
But they always do that. That's the
Yeah, but that's the
that's
legislature's
the
fault.
game. That's literally the game. It's also his
legislative
fault. I'm
fault.
sure, unless you're saying Trump is incompetent enough to actually think the legislator is going to go through with that promise.
Hello.
well, the executive branch can't control the legislative. You
The
can't.
executive branch. What's the veto power?
Yes, but his bill at the end of the day factually services the debt.
Factually,
can't control-
factually, up until his presidency, the debt is going to continue to increase, and the most plausible thing that's going to come out from this is the Congress is just in the future going to continue to increase the debt because that's what they always do. They make these
Which is his
promises
fault.
Which
is whose fault if Congress appropriates more.
Trump and the legislator. Trump should no as a politician and should be knowledgeable enough to have people like, yeah, Congress isn't going to actually do this, right? That's like on Trump. That's like Thomas Massey, like Rob Paul's head, were calling him out on Twitter, and he didn't even do any virtue signaling. He didn't even say, "Hey, Congress, you need to get in line." He actively attacked the people who are doing it.
Hello.
Go ahead, Henry. What's up?
I was checking the prompt, and what do you mean bad guys low IQ? What do you mean by that? How can you make that?
Oh, not you again.
Sorry.
Do
Nothing.
you know this guy?
Yeah, I talked to him earlier this morning, Parker.
What do we mean? Like,
Actually, it was annoying, but
yeah. When I say mega slow Q, generally, people who come up and debate me,
Henry,
seem
Henry,
to
you're
lack reasoning or like basic pattern recognition or how to
ready.
start conversations. It's mostly just rage bait though. I don't know if I could like
I'm a bad person.
the data on actual IQ versus like Republicans or mega is pretty varied.
so just to clarify, Scratch, before we get into this, Henry is going to say that he's a Mexican American 40 times. He's going to use that as a gotcha. Okay.
Cool.
Yep.
If I'm a MAGA, I'm a low IQ.
Huh?
Generally.
Henry,
yeah,
for the
I-
second time, what he's saying is not that MAGA's low IQ. It's just a engagement prompt for you to come up here and speak.
Yeah,
to.
and most of the people I end up speaking to tend to exhibit traits that you would associate with, people who are.
So,
It is but an opinion piece for you to engage with a conversation.
so it's not a fact, right? It's just saying. You're just saying.
Yes, you're right. It is.
Yes, not fact. Fact is that people who come up here definitely tend to exhibit traits of the lower IQ, but yeah.
You know what? One condition to become smart is that acknowledge that self is stupid. You know, that is one condition to be smart.
Where are you getting that from, dude?
I know people that they think that they know everything, and most likely they're the most stupid of them all.
Dunning-Kruger effect?
Well, anybody. I'm not talking about anybody in specific. Whether you claim that you're smart and you know it all, most likely you're stupid. I'm not talking about you personally. I'm talking about in
Did I
general.
claim that I was smart?
Well, when you claim that, and that was what grabbed my attention, you know, like Mag is low IQ, and there's 75 million people like that. So I don't understand how can you say something like that.
Yeah,
And then you said that-
it's get people up here, which obviously it worked. A little bit of rage bait.
But then,
Plus, a lot of people I end up talking to end up doing character. And it's nice to be able to reference back in debate and say, hey, kind of exhibiting the thing that we were debating over earlier, like the specific topic. So yeah, that's the point of it. That's how TikTok works.
okay, what do you think about no new wars? What do you mean that he's doing wrong about wars? Do you think that he's not finishing wars, or at least trying to?
Yeah, I think number one, he's starting wars. So, or at least
Like which one?
yeah. So the Israel-Iran war that lasted about what 12 days. He had an active part in that one. He unfroze an arms embargo that Biden had put on days before the attack. Mark Rubio did that. 2, he knew about the attack ahead of time. We know that from 2 senior officials. And 3, reportedly from those officials too, he actually gave the green light and kept negotiating with the Iranians prior or ahead of time to, or like they had scheduled negotiations out ahead of the attack to that following Sunday, to make the Iranians think, oh, we're going to continue negotiating and there isn't going to be some kind of attack. So, yeah, he helped Israel. Huh?
Do you think that's wrong? What he did, it was wrong.
It's against his if the president is promising that he's going to do no new wars, and the president is promising that he's going to, and this is what he said on the campaign stage, not just it's not starting wars, but actually end wars, then by his own standard, it is wrong. Yes.
So, well, but you also believe that things change, right? You can promise you something and something happened in the middle, and then you have to do something. So we can.
That's
like,
fine,
what about,
but I just want to acknowledge that he's complete. That's fine, and we could argue about the merits of if the attack was good or not. There's a better argument there, but I need you to admit that Donald Trump has completely violated his promise to no new wars now.
What about the Pakistan and India?
Okay, can you concede the fact that Donald Trump completely violated his promise of no new wars?
Well, in the way that you're saying it, yes, but I have another opinion about why. So I understand your point. But what about Pakistan and
Not
India?
to concede, Henry.
What
He did
about
not start any new war scratch? Having strikes on other military targets, the same thing we've been doing in Iraq and Afghanistan and Yemen all this time in the Suez Strait, all that stuff. That's not war. The declaration is just keeping our foreign interests in check.
Okay, so you're gonna make the argument that like what we did, you're gonna say it's not a war. So number one, Donald Trump acknowledged.
No,
it was
I
a
didn't
war.
say
should
that.
be-
I didn't say that.
No, I'm talking
I
to
didn't say
Siege now.
that.
I'm talking to Siege. I'm talking to Siege now. So number one, Donald Trump acknowledged that it was a war. He even said in his own tweet the so-called 12-day war. That's how I reference it. References that, and he repeats that multiple times. Number two, I would say you don't need to formally declare war for something to be a war. Like for instance, would you consider the conflict between Ukraine and Russia to be a war in 2024?
You're talking to me?
No, I'm talking. That's a question to Siege.
Yes, I would.
Yes, not Ukraine, and only Ukraine has declared war on Russia in 2025. But we would still consider that war. So we obviously know it would be absurd claim to say that just because there isn't an official declaration for that isn't a war. So, yeah, and then the number two, it would be the standard of what constitutes a war. I think has been applied unfairly, at least to Joe Biden.
What about the wars that he ended? Tell me about, because if you're acknowledging, sorry, I'm talking. Acknowledge, please, the wars that he ended, please.
Henry,
What's the end?
Also, you don't know about it.
No, I understand. I know the talking points, but I'm asking what's the end.
Can you please Google it and say how many? Wait a second, please. If you want me out, just delete me.
Yeah,
I don't care.
what words to the end?
But can you please Google, because I don't have a computer in front of me, so I don't know, but exactly which wars. I know that India and Pakistan there's something about the Congo with somebody else. So if you can actually Google and said how many wars Donald Trump have ended.
Yeah, from my understanding, like with the Pakistan war, Trump had almost nothing to do with that. He just came out and said he did. Pakistan even came out and said what is this guy talking about? Like same with like the Armenia Azerbaijan Azerbaijan war. They said like I'm talking because I actually know about this shit, right? The Armenia Azerbaijan war, where he literally said. The only thing he did was actually host the signing of the negotiations to end the war, but the actual negotiating had happened almost entirely between the two countries outside of any possible peace deal.
Can you please Google that, please?
Yeah, I've already looked into it. Are you gonna refute anything I said?
Just please tell me which wars he have ended.
Yeah, I don't think he ended any wars.
Also, you don't want to concede anything, right? He didn't.
Trump is just lying about wars he's ended.
Oh
like
yeah.
Either he had like a tiny bit to do with like the negotiations, which really which he didn't like the negotiations already have ahead of time, and like he had a tiny bit to do with negotiations, which like he held the signing. Yes, where he just held the signing of the peace deals, or he just straight out lying about shit.
Yeah, why Biden didn't do it or anybody? Why didn't do it?
It's a pivot.
It's a pivot?
Yes, you're pivoting.
Whatever. Like you don't acknowledge anything that. Well, tell me one thing that Trump has done good, or you just say
Biden pulled us out of Afghanistan. Biden did you shit.
Well, okay. Sorry. Bye. Thank you very much.
The legislation
Based. Run away. Yeah, go ahead. Run away.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah, I'm not gonna run away. You're just trying not to concede anything. You're just in your bubble, and you say that.
Wait, hold on. Just to clarify, it's because you have no evidence.
Yeah, you even asked me to look it up because you didn't even know your own talking points. Like that's beyond embarrassing. I was being so nice to that guy too.
So yeah, that guy was extremely frustrating to talk to. Holy fuck! Whenever we were on Annoyings Live, he I'm not kidding. I think it was probably 6 or maybe even 7 times that he brought up that he was a Mexican American, as like a rebuttal or a gotcha. It's so fucking annoying.
Caden, the right's learning how to virtue signal like the left.
I know.
We're getting good at it. We'll get there. Just like y'all are.
I thought the left was supposed to be like the king of virtue signaling.
We're a little late to the politics. So
yeah, you guys are good, man.
We're trying to make our party look approachable with our not cutting too much healthcare programs. Anyway, Scratch, what you were saying, you said Biden pulled us out. In 2018, Trump's the one who made the deal with the Taliban for us to leave.
No, I understand that. The point is that the generals...
I understand what you're saying with them. I just want to...
Yeah. Okay. Give context to my audience.
No, I get it. You tell him whatever you want. He don't know fuck all anyway. So when you were saying about the measurement of if we're in war or not, I wasn't saying not because Congress didn't declare war. I was saying in the act of which we've conducted strikes on terrorist groups and nations, Trump approached Iran just like he approached Afghanistan and Iraq. Limited airstrikes, the same thing we did in Syria in 2017. He targeted strikes, getting out no conventional forces. Just airstrikes. No conventional ground forces. That's what I meant when I say he didn't actually participate in a war.
I wouldn't say America was at war. I said the main point is that Trump helped Israel go to war with war with Iran.
Yeah, we helped them, but I wouldn't say we started a new one. I would say he addressed Iran. He's addressing Venezuela within the same way we address Syria, Yemen, Afghanistan, and Iraq.
No, that's not happened. He under the the IEAE or the basically, or at least which is like the regulatory agency. Iran was basically looking to go to like a 2.6% enrichment, right? And like get back into the JCPOA. That's the Iran nuclear deal for all of you. Trump and Tulsi Gabbard were running around saying, "Oh, look, Iran's going to agree; they're going to sign it any day," and they were making final preparations to actually do that. And then Donald Trump randomly says, "Actually, Iran, no enrichment is possible at all." Which has been a non-negotiable for Iran or Iran, I don't care, for a while now, and he completely dropped the ball in negotiations. He had a chance to not do any of this. If he had merely just agreed and continued the negotiations, which even he was saying earlier, which were working, this would have been necessary. But he dropped the ball in negotiations, said no enrichment, whatever, not even 2.6%, 2.6%. And then he greenlit the attacks for Israel and helped Israel do them. So I don't think that's very good.
What I'm
And that's
saying is
directly
that
against his promise.
the way, yeah, no. So I couldn't concede to the fact of the bad negotiation tactics with the percentage of enrichment, but I'm saying the way he carried out his strikes, he did it within the same way we've been dealing with our foreign adversaries in the Middle East. And I wouldn't say he started a new war because we're not at war right now. They got the fucking
Well,
point. They
did
don't
you
have to
hear
do
anything I
anything.
previously said?
No, I did hear what you said. And I conceded to that.
Okay. Well, I
We
mean,
helped
Ricardo, I'm
Israel
not
in
saying
the
that
war.
we are
We
not.
actually
I'm not
started
saying that we are at war. I'm saying Trump helped start a war.
I mean,
Well, Iran
yeah.
sat in their seat. I mean, they're not really threatening Israel
I
anymore.
mean, yeah. I mean, I don't care if Trump is like contradicting himself. I mean, if we like need to start a war to like stop Christians in like Nigeria from like getting killed, I don't care. It needs to stop. I don't care if he is if he is contradicting himself, and he like also needs like to stop funding Israel. So
You understand though that the numbers he's going off of for that are bullshit, right?
yes, the numbers the numbers are probably way lower. So still.
It's almost nothing.
David, a
So
little
do you
more
not think it's a
finesse,
little
dude.
concern? Okay, so I don't wake him up here at that point. I think it's a little concerning that our president of the United States is so incompetent that he's using bullshit numbers, at least by your own admission, to justify going to war with Nigeria.
I mean, yeah, bro. I just like don't like to see my people get killed. Like, yo, no. Even if the numbers are lower.
Do you even know what the numbers are?
Low key, no.
No. Okay. So how do you? If you probably have no other sources other than this one time that Donald Trump said, like made this bullshit claim. So I don't even know why you'd be making a claim when you have no evidence for it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I see numbers like 500,000, and then I see numbers like 200,000. So
You see numbers like 271,000.
I'm gonna just make an estimate and say that probably like 100,000, maybe like 50,000.
Do you know what sources are you using to say this?
Huh? I mean, yeah.
If you see you see the numbers on Twitter and you're like, oh my gosh, it has to be correct. That completely affirms my narrative.
We gotta stop reading headlines. We gotta actually do a little bit of research and figure out what the actual
Thank you.
numbers are.
Yeah, so like, dude, I'm being really nice
that's
to you.
embarrassing.
This is it's very you should be very embarrassed that you came up here. No sources, no information, and just asserted that you're okay with Trump going to war, even though you don't even know like if that's a just reason to by your own logic.
I want to say this though, okay, Scratch. I think you can agree with me. The people who are online who engage with this type of emotional banter, you're getting a very particular sect of the community of people who I think most.
Well, honestly, these people
there are not.
are more higher information than the median voter. That's the worst part.
You think so?
Yes. If somebody comes there now, obviously there's like 3 levels, right? There's I call it Discord, normies, TikTok, and then Discord. Those are like the 3 levels of a debate, and then like Twitch, right? So normies are the median voter, which isn't insult, by the way. I'm calling you dumb. Don't know anything. They actually know literally nothing about politics. People who come on TikTok usually know like very basic talking points, like level 1, like Z tier debaters who have like listened to their politicians say whatever and the partisan points. They come on TikTok, and since it's very easy for you to be scrolling and like requesting live if you've had your account for like 2 weeks, it's very easy for the more lay people to get into it. But they usually have some more engagement in politics to care enough to even request up. Then there's Discord, people who purposely go out and are into politics enough to seek out a Discord server to debate people or talk about the shit. They're usually even more high information. And then the last point would be like Twitch, and those are going to be people who are actually pretty high information, at least know something. A lot of them are still very dumb. So yeah. Like no,
Like
Hassan's super smart. What are you talking about? I'm kidding.
Like Hassan Scratch.
Hassan Piker, smartest person I've ever known. I'm kidding. No, I thought didn't Hassan literally lose the debate to Charlie Kirk and hope about it in Destiny's Dream?
He got dog walked. Fucking. He's got dog. What's that YouTube channel that does all the 1v20s?
Jubilee.
Yeah, Jubilee. He's got dog walked by. I forget what that other guy is. He's like another conservative dude. He's not like super famous, but he's got like the same like Ivy League haircut and a beard. I forget his name. Not Matt. I think Matthew
Nuclear?
Walsh or something.
Matt Walsh.
No, I forget their names, but
Steven Crowder?
There was like two other people debated him too. I don't remember their names. They're just...
Yeah, so I don't like, once again, Hassan, the reason I don't like him, he doesn't believe in electoral politics. His community is also filled with tankies, which I have a overwhelming disdain for, almost more than Mega. So yeah, fuck him.
I gotcha. I really would love to see like a huge part of the population just, even though they spent 20 minutes a day or even 30 minutes out of their week to inform themselves. I think like most of us in America, like good citizens who know the branches of government and what the government is supposed to act like. I think there should really be an uprising of abolishing the two-party system to where there's ranked choice voting. Like this going on to where only the extremes get party positions and seats is just, it's insane. It's not productive in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, I would have loved if Vivek Ramaswamy got elected, dude. That 50-50 of abolishing the federal government, that was a fever dream to me, dude. I was like, oh my god, that would have been awesome.
I personally am
You
not
have an
voting.
odd social
I'm not
security
voting for somebody
included.
who's advocating for taking away my voting rights. So.
For what?
Advocating for taking away my voting rights. Anti-progressive, what's up? Do I know you?
Yes, you do know me.
Oh yeah, you're the really annoying guy I hate talking to. Go fuck yourself.
I'm not the. All right. I'm the educated one that you can't stand.
Absolutely. I'm super high IQ. You know way more than me. I literally know. I know nothing. I have no facts whatsoever. I don't do any research on anything ever.
We need to boost the engagement. We gotta get some.
There's plenty of engagement, dude. I have what 150 on YouTube right now.
Oh, okay.
We
YouTube.
can-
I'm only on TikTok.
Yeah, we
I
can.
got
Here,
8
let's
on
look
TikTok.
at this. Exactly. Not having a democratic election and not letting the American people vote was crazy. What? Oh, are you seriously? This is so bullshit. Okay, guys. Here's reality, right? The point of a political party is to implement or to like run a candidate who has the most likely chance of winning. At the same time, are going to closely match their constituents' votes, right? The point of a primary, right? And just keep in mind, primaries have not been a recent invention, right? And a recent invention in our system of democracy. The point of a primary is to kind of engage your constituents and see, okay, do these people actually which candidate is most popular among our constituents? Now, the reason that the Democrats have something called super delegates is in case, okay, our constituents are saying, or the primary is saying, people want this person, but we actually think this person is probably not going to be the best to appeal to this group of people, which we need to do an election. We should probably run this person, right? That's the right, because the ultimate point of a party is to run a candidate that best represents your constituents' beliefs. At the same time, they have an actual chance of winning. Democrats said, hey, as we are party, and parties, remember, are private companies, these are private institutions, the people probably are going to make the best choice about who we should run in this next election. Kamala Harris is the pretty obvious choice. She has a ton of name recognition as the vice president. Let's choose her, right? Parties are not inherently democratic institutions. They are institutions that have the goal of running somebody who can win and who best matches their constituents' beliefs. So it's just this is a completely bullshit topic and bullshit talking point that people bring up.
Yeah, it's not unconstitutional to not gain delegates of your party. It's the only criteria for executive election is for the electoral college to vote for yes, yay or nay. The primary has nothing to do with the Democratic voting system.
This kid doesn't even have enough life experience to talk politics. You don't need life experience to talk politics, little bro. Or at least you need very basic life experience. Mostly, how do you do research? How do you having basic media literacy, and you'll do fine as long as you have some kind of device that connects to the internet and an IQ above 50.
Ageism is so cringe too, because like the older you get, the more you realize there are grown ass adults walking around this world that are just dumber than fuck. Like, I'm talking inbred level dumbness, like only because you're older, life experience. If anything, a younger opinion is better because they have more empathy, less callous to prejudice and whatnot when it comes to certain topics. The older you get, the more closed-minded you get. So if anything, you want your younger generation interacting with politics so you can have the best of the bright future. Plus, it's the people deciding for their own future. Why do we have 80-year-old congressmen legislating?
True. Like, okay, this is the example I've had to bring up because the YouTube comment section is actually brain dead. Okay, so I know none of you have taken any kind of like formal logic class, and I'm not gonna try and like, oh, this is actually this fallacy. But let's just go like very basic, right? If we're in a debate and we're talking about what are the number of illegal immigrants, right, that came under the Biden administration, and you're saying, and I say, well, according to this, and this study, this amount of immigrants came under illegal immigrants came under the Biden administration, and you say, well, Sonny, here, look, I've lived in El Paso all 50 years of my life under the Biden administration, and I saw way more illegal immigrants come to the country. Therefore, you're wrong, right? Why is this argument wrong? Well, a couple things. One, El Paso is a singular town that has its own singular experience. Can one person's personal experience account for literal thousands of miles of border and millions, potentially, of immigrants, illegal immigrants, at least the conservatives probably claiming, that came in? The answer is no. Obviously not. You need some kind of wider systemic data. Personal experience can never account for that. And fortunately, how do you get that and access that wider systemic data? Well, the CBP, Customs and Border Patrol, and other NGOs and think tanks graciously do research and post that data online. So the only way that you're ever going to come to any kind of correct conclusion about that specific argument, right, or almost any argument in politics, is by going off of broader systemic data, which you need an interconnector for. It has nothing to do with personal experience. You don't need personal experience to do that, which is why most of the time when people are bringing up age, it's literally just an ad hominem attack. You're not actually addressing the argument the person is making. You're just insulting something that they literally have no control over. It's literally saying, well, you're black, so your argument's wrong.
W. And just for anybody referencing ageism as a thing, remember the Grand Masters of the early 2000s were 14, 15 years old when they unseated 50-year-old Grand Masters of chess. So it doesn't matter. Your age is relative to your life experience of how someone can mature faster than others. There's not a blanket, oh, if you're 18 or 19, you don't know anything.
Being this young talking politics is silly. Why is it silly? Make an argument. Don't just say things in like YouTube chat. You're actually 2 IQ, okay? Please. I don't know, like what you. I don't know, like I don't know what you guys need. I don't know what you guys need to do. Like maybe go back to elementary school, get your GED, okay? If you're gonna make a comment, don't just say this thing is bad. Say this thing is bad because X, Y, and Z. Or I think this because this, and this. Okay, let's practice intellectual comments, okay? Critical thinking. Bro wants to sound like Ben Shapiro so bad. Well, let's say hypothetically, for the sake of your argument, that I was Ben Shapiro. Okay, considering that I was Ben Shapiro, therefore I'd be a Barbie girl. Okay, if I was a Barbie girl, how would we determine this? Well, using the basic fundamental principles of logic, we will determine that I was plastic and therefore fantastic, and that we looked like I could do a bit.
I feel like sounding I'm listening to a PragerU video.
Sounding like Ben Shapiro is awesome. Being Ben Shapiro is awesome.
It just means you got more downloaded bandwidth. You know, you can establish your opinion in a faster amount of time than somebody else.
You need a diaper change? Don't project your problems onto me, little bro. Okay.
He just Ben Shapiro just has an i9 operating system. That's if you had an Intel i9 chip, you'd speak that way too.
i9 operating system.
Yeah, an i9 CPU. He's just faster. He's more sped. He's got more. He's got more
got,
download.
got more. Okay.
He's got a higher SSD. SSD. He's just got more terabytes of data. He knows, you know.
Ooh. I'm trying to make my camera. I don't know if I should increase or decrease the contrast.
In that analogy, if you have a bad graphics card, does that mean you're chopped?
A little bit, maybe. You never know.
I think I'd go. Well, maybe it's your monitor that would count as that, but
I don't like my camera looks bad on OBS, but when I pulled it up on like Google because I had to like do an assignment or whatever, it looked fine, and I was like, huh, why does it look so bad here, but it looks okay over here? If you had a father to help raise you, you would know that a father gives you what you need, not what you want. President Trump is being a father to all of us. God bless Trump.
that is the highest.
So actually, so number one, that's begging the question. You're assuming that I don't have a father, which I actually do. So that's a fallacious statement. Number two, Donald Trump is definitely doesn't act like a father, and that's a really bad logic to use, right? If your dad came in and brutally beat you every day, I could use your exact same argument to say he's giving you what you need, not what you want. You don't want to be brutally beat every day, but that's what's good for you. Obviously not. We can make determinations of if something's bad outside of some higher person's power. Okay. Maybe Trump's your daddy and you like getting spanked and your back blown out every night. Okay, that's not my thing though. Not kink shaming or anything. You do you.
It's the highest form of low IQ is starting off your argument with ethnic prejudice, you know. W argument strategy.
Who's looking forward to Christmas? I think you mean the happy holidays, not Christmas, bro. Okay. We're inclusive here. I'm just joking. The war on Christmas. Yeah, Christmas is gonna be fun. Who's getting brutally beat? You.
You know who's getting brutally beaten? Scratch Oklahoma next week by Alabama. Ty Simpson's gonna put belt to ass.
I'm not into sports, whatever, but support whatever team you're supporting.
I support winners, aka Alabama.
You look like you care about doing something positive in life. Thank you. Accusation, confession. Merry Christmas. Merry Christ myth. When Trump is president, every day is Christmas. Christmas. You sure about that? Proof? It says on my calendar that it's actually just your mom day.
Also,
Little
now that
Democrats
Halloween's
have-
over.
Yeah?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say also now that Halloween's over, we need a White House edit of Mariah Carey in the Trump administration.
True.
The memes are on point out of that social media account.
Okay. Esbrand Scorns paid his staff almost double current minimum wage for what does that even? Okay, I'm not here to do love this shit. Bro, just end the stream. This is so embarrassing. No. Argument? Why? What's the argument for this being embarrassing? I just remember it. Okay.
Yeah, Crash, do you have any empirical
True.
systematic data that shows that this?
I have an empirical stutter.
Imperial systematic study of data that shows that this stream is embarrassing. We want to see
True.
that.
What's the
We don't
evidence?
want a Reuters poll either.
Reuters poll will be fine.
Oh
I'm
no, we don't know.
Yeah, sorry. There's an argument. So, like I think it was made the argument that I made this a while ago, that the way that Trump defined war was just like an escalation in a conflict, even if that conflict was ongoing. So, like Donald Trump didn't consider the fighting that was happening in the Donbass, right? In the Oblast, what were the Oblast again? It was like the Donetsk and Luhansk regions. He didn't consider that to be a war, even though we had literal Russian soldiers and Russian separatists fighting there. But when we saw the actual invasion, he then called that a war. And I think the argument was going to be, even if, yes, the U.S. has done strikes on the past in Iran, and Israel and Iran have exchanged fire in the past, that this escalation, by Trump's own definition, would constitute a war.
Yeah, it definitely is a gross escalation when Iran starts sending ballistic missiles towards Israel. Which is funny, only one out of the 300 they sent got through.
This kid is hilarious and knows nothing. But can cause should mindless arguments. Love this guy, would love to be his dad. Let me try and... This kid is hilarious and knows nothing, but can cause should mindless arguments. Love... Yeah, you're stupids. You're stupids. You know nothing about what you're talking about. Oh my fucking god. Like, actually, just a giant self-report. All you do is sit here and cry about Trump, what he's doing, and what he's doing wrong. Take your loss and shut the fuck up. Yeah, I'm using my freedom of speech, which I thought you guys cared about, to express my dislike of this current administration, and that's an important part of any functioning liberal democracy, where we come into the public space, we express our opinions.
Since none of them
express our
are really
opinions, we point out our disagreements, and then we make sure and we try to convince people to either side, so that when we go out and vote, we see what candidate wins. Based.
We can make this an econs and government class, you know? In the First Amendment, folks, it says you're allowed to redress your grievances with the government. That's called freedom of speech. It's in your First Amendment. That's what we're doing here. That's what Scratch is doing here.
Freedom of speech until applies to my opposition. True. Mega. They're constantly censoring us. Why are liberals always censoring us? Mega 2 seconds later. Why are you crying? Why are you talking about Trump? Talk about something else. Don't talk about Trump, okay? Epstein files, don't talk about that. No, the files. In fact, the files, they're actually Andrew Comey. Andrew Comey and Barack Obama, they made up the files. They're fake. Fake Epstein files. Not real.
Scratch, what do you think about the gag order stuff when it comes to those files and non-prosecution agreements?
Wait, gag, was that... Who's the gag order?
The judiciary. There's like the non-prosecuting agreements are the reason why they're saying we don't have to release all of it right now. We're going to do it like on our own discretion.
Yeah, probably. That's from the judiciary, not the legislative?
Yeah, the judiciary has like gag orders from the civil settlements from a lot of the victims from that payout that they did in like 2021.
So is that about the grand jury testimony, about the files in general?
Yeah, I think it's real. Don't quote me on that, but I think it has to do with that. But I know that there's a judiciary like gag order for the civil suit.
I'm guessing
settlement.
I'm guessing that's probably for files. That's for the grand jury testimony. The file thing was so dumb, dude. I don't even know how anybody supports him after that. Right? That was talk about a media nightmare. Like Pam Bondi goes on fucking literally national television, Fox News, says the Epstein list is on my desk. Right? Says that we're gonna figure out everybody who's in this. Doubles down, right? Talks about how there's multiple co-conspirators in the first phase like release of the files. Then walks that vision back, right? We get the leaked DOJ report saying there's actually only one conspirator. There was only Jeffrey, Epstein, and what was it, Ghislaine Maxwell. Even though Pam Bondi implied it was actually more than that. Then we have like Kash Patel like lying about the video that was released to the public about Epstein's cell, saying that we're going to actually see the cell, and it's the video that the OIG report had previously like already told us about. We get the cut in the video that we can see in the metadata. like Casper lied about a couple other things on Joe Rogan. Trump comes out, starts coping about how everyone's focusing on this and how we shouldn't be talking about it, and you're not a real Republican if you're talking about this shit. Says that they were made up by Obama and James Comey, even though the last person to Obama, I guess the FBI would have had a file on him at a time because there were state prosecutions that happened under Obama and the DOJ did get involved, but Trump would have known that, right? Because under his right, time moves forward, Obama administration, Trump administration, so Trump would have been able to see that. So why didn't he say that before the election? Why is this only talking point now? That's kind of weird. Says Obama and James Comey somehow edited the files, they're fake, you're not a real Republican. Then they do this whole fake thing where they're like, I'm ordering Pam Bondi to release a grand jury testimony. Unfortunately, there's very specific reasons under the law that you can actually release grand jury testimony, and any good lawyer would know the reasons that the Trump administration say. And you can read the motion. None of those, they even say in their own motion, we don't have any legal basis to ask for this grand jury testimony to be released. So it was a giant virtue signal from the Trump administration to try and save face. But that was enough to get everybody to shut up about it. But I'm definitely not. I don't have any actual evidence that Trump is a pedophile. We know he's on the files, and to what extent he's on them, I don't know. But it's definitely
I think we know that he's on the air flight logs. Those 7 instances.
No. It was more than the logs. People in the DOJ said he was all over it when they asked him about it.
Oh yeah, but that's all speculatory. That's none of that.
Well, no, I'm saying we don't know in what capacity he's on it. We know he's more than on the flight logs. I don't know if he's a pedophile, but I think it's really weird, all this stuff going on. I think it's concerning. If I was a conspiracy theorist, I'd definitely be making some bets about who it is and is not on this proposed list that doesn't exist anymore, that did exist a couple months ago.
I mean, honestly, I want him to declassify everything from 1975 Nicaraguan CIA interference up until now. I'm talking about every scandal ever. I want to see both parties. I want to see the Nicaraguan Reagan Banana Company thing. I want to see the Benghazi thing. I want to see all the files for WMDs. I want to see all of it. Every damn. The JFK, everything.
You wish.
It's not ever happened in my lifetime.
Fuck, who was the lawyer who became Trump's Secretary of Labor? I forgot his name.
Wasn't it a woman?
No, it was a guy.
Wasn't his main lawyer? Because I remember seeing an interview from her, and he later appointed her to office. I forget what she does for him now, but his main lawyer, I thought it was a female.
Yeah, Andrew Acosta, right? This is if I'm ever if I'm being really disingenuous, or if I'm in a debate panel and I want to conspiracy max the audience, here's what I'm gonna do, right? I say, hey, is it kind of weird that Andrew Acosta, who let off Epstein on state charges the first time, became Trump's labor secretary in his first term? Is it kind of weird that Jeffrey Epstein said he was best friends with Donald Trump for 10 years? Isn't that a little weird? Isn't it a little weird that Donald Trump said that the files were fake and made up by Obama and James Comey, even though he would have had access to those files previously under his administration? Isn't it a little weird that Pam Bondi said there was a Epstein files on her desk, and now they're saying isn't it? It's a little weird that he wished best of luck to Ghislaine Maxwell multiple times after she was, I think it was put in charges, or I think even convicted for being a co-conspirator with Jeffrey Epstein. Isn't it? It's just all this a little bit weird. It's a little weird that he was apparently all over the Epstein files and he refuses to release them. It's a little weird how he hedged the first time when asked before the election about releasing the files, because some people might be implicated in some things. Yeah, I'm just asking questions, okay?
Just saying.
I'm just saying.
Dude,
no, I would declare
actual
I'm conspiracy. This is what
conspiracy.
I like to call this conspiracy jacketing, where you don't actually, you're implying a claim without making it. Yes, and then that's what I say. So you're saying that he's a pedophile? Oh no.
Oh no,
No, I would never. I would never complain that. I'm just saying it's a little weird. It's like, okay, we see what you're doing because your entire right. This is the Nick Fuentes tactic, right? He knows about the Jews. I think it's just a little bit weird that the APAC lobbies, all these politicians. It's a little bit weird that Jews control this much of the, or like this percentage of the top Fortune 500 companies, even though they're not a population, and how we keep funding Israel. I think it's just a little bit weird how. About the clean break memo and all these things. So what you're saying is that Jews control the government. Well, I'm just saying I'm just stating facts here. Just asking questions, right? It's a dishonest debate tactic. You're implying an outcome to the audience, and you make it really obvious without actually making a positive claim that you have to defend. Because reality, if somebody was to push you on and Nick Fuentes on the Jews thing, it'd be, oh, I don't actually have any evidence for this, right? If you were to push me, like, oh, Trump is a PD3 file, if I made that claim, there's no definitive evidence. The best claim to be made here, right, and if you're a liberal or leftist, and you're not like in a debate panel where you're doing a little bit conspiracy jacking, is one, Donald Trump lied to the American people, right? He lied to the American people about what was in the files so that he could become president, right? Implying that he was going to release them and implying all these things about them before the election. That would be like the number one thing that you could like put on him. And then number two, it further demonstrates his incompetency with how to handle anything. Right? He's a president who will make up lies, cover shit, cover his own ass. Those are two factual criticisms of the Trump administration.
I cut out. My service went bad, but I'm back.
Sorry you lost food stamps. A little bit of good old racism at 5 at night. Never gets old, does it?
Scratch, do you experience that a lot?
Wow, color shocked me. Well, the problem is that Donald Trump is lying, right, about the most, like, literally like the worst PD3 file ring in history, in U.S. history, to like win cheap election points. It was like a major thing he ran on. And then on top of that, he's handling it super fucking incompetently. We're at a point where all these other lies stack on top of each other. It's not a good look for the administration at all.
The polished boot has turned into a sandal of a flip-flop.
True. Actually, that's one thing I've said. Look, people, I don't think Trump is a fascist, right? I think he has fascist tendencies, and I think that Donald Trump, probably, I just don't think he's smart enough to advance like any sort of fascism. I think he's super self-obsessed and absorbed, and he cares about like public interest and his own wealth, and just getting more power. I don't really, but he's also like super fucking incompetent. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. You've not been on a planet long enough? That's wild and false. I don't need to be on the planet for any given, well, I probably at least need to be like, let's say at minimum, I don't need to, like, being 18 years old, right, and being at the age I am, there's plenty of time for me to do necessary research to come to any of these conclusions, right? God, please come up on my live. I'm talking. By the way, YouTube chat. If you like the live, like it. First of all, what the fuck are you doing? All right, give me some likes in here. Number two, if you enjoy the content, if you like listening to my Ben Shapiro, the leftist Ben Shapiro, okay, go click on my profile, look at my bio. You can subscribe to my Patreon. Right, there's two membership options, like $5 and $10. If you don't want to, that's fine. Otherwise, I just ask you to subscribe if you're enjoying the content. If you hate the content, please keep raging out in my comments and calling me black or whatever. Okay. Racism drives the algorithm. We want to be Ben Shapiro. True. I want to be exactly like Ben Shapiro and end up as a sad old grifter on the Daily Wire talking about how tariffs are great when he was just years previously being a giant neocon talking about how tariffs are actually bad for the economy and we need more free trade, and still supporting Trump and massively supporting Trump and lying about foreign policy with Israel. That's what I want to do. I want to be Ben Shapiro. Oof, I can't wait. I want to be the guy who criticizes Jan 6th and says it was terrible and then votes for Donald Trump anyways. That's who I want to be, okay, guys? Huh? It's a fucking joke. I'm being sarcastic. Holy shit. You're like Candace Owens, just stupider. Well, first of all these people you're talking about are like conservatives or MAGA or some form of like far right, and I don't agree with any of them. So, absolutely not. And two, I'm also not tokenizing my race to try and push a political narrative, right? I'm not up here saying, as a black, right? This kind of as a black conservative woman, all these racist white liberals, okay? They're destroying our country. They're taking over. Look what they're pushing CRT in schools, okay? And just as a black conservative woman, as a black conservative woman, I want to tell you, Democrats are racist. Oh my god! She's wrong because this isn't a reason. She's black, okay? You're white. You don't know anything, bro. Right? I'm not up here saying Republicans come on the panel and say I think Donald Trump is good for the country because immigration. And I'm like, look. Like, this is not what I'm doing. I'm not saying, look, as a black American, Donald Trump is extremely racist, and he makes me feel super duper uncomfortable. And because of that, right, I, Scratch, had to vote for Kamala Harris, okay? And you as a white person coming up here and trying to dictate and tell me how I feel as a black person, my experience with Trump administration, it's honestly kind of racist. I don't do that, right? I'm not like tokenizing my race to try and push a political narrative. I'm bringing facts to the table. Right? If I do talk about my race, which it's always as a joke, as I was doing earlier, or as mocking somebody. Okay.
It's because you're based, Scratch. That's why.
Exactly. How is it racist? I was mocking the liberals who do that and the people who do that, and Candace Owens. I'm not. Okay. I was literally saying that is a bad position, YouTube commenter. Please listen. I'm saying I don't tokenize my race, and that tokenizing it and it's just a political talking point is bad and stupid and dumb. People shouldn't do it.
Gotta rub some brain cells together and track what you think. Get it together, people.
Hey, Shraj. Are you specifically debating the prompts that you have up today, or could I introduce one?
I'm debating most of the prompts I have up today, but you can introduce one. Go ahead.
Okay. Let's talk about the government shutdown currently going on. Whose fault is it?
Huh?
The government shutdown that is going on right now. Whose fault is
if I was
it?
being a partisan hack, I'd say Republicans. If I'm being truthful, it's both Democrats and Republicans' fault.
Yeah, I don't think that. I think that the Republicans are stupid because they could have done this when the Democrats were in power. They could have just held the government hostage and blamed it on the Democrats. But that's what's happening to them now. And now that it's happening at a large scale, it's going to continue to happen.
Well, the Republicans have done that in the past.
Yeah. Well, when you do say the Republicans have the judicial, whatever, they have control of the government. They do, of course, but it's not as easy as that. It's not as easy as just saying, okay, yeah, speak.
Yeah, sorry. You do understand that, like, the reason that government shutdowns even happen usually, and the reason this one's happening is going on for so long is because the Democrats have very little power in Congress right now. The Republicans have the majority, but they do have enough to like keep a government shutdown from happening. And the fact is that the Democrats right now are looking really fucking weak. Like, they're actually doing nothing for the country. And people like Gavin Newsom, people are flocking to him because he actually looks like he's doing something. And the polling among Democrats, if you look at it, is terrible, right? And so, and if you look at the polling even further, healthcare is the biggest issue for Americans. So the Democrats right now have two problems they need to solve. One, how do we appeal to most Americans? And two, how do we get the Democrats to voters think we're actually doing something to help the average person, to help the American citizens, right? And we're killing two birds with one stone here, right? We're saying we're not weak. We actually do something. And not only are we doing something, we're doing something about the issue that Americans care about most at this moment. And I think that's great. And that's how politics works, right? If you can get a political win, which Democrats are currently, because if you look at the polling, Republicans are being blamed for the shutdown mostly. You should do that. And I'm glad the Democrats have been able to leverage that, because hopefully that means we'll have a better chance of winning the midterms. And if that can happen, we won't have a need for these shutdowns anymore, and we won't have a need to have this like leverage to get these funds for Medicaid reinstated.
Wait, but are they fighting solely for healthcare for American stuff?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, there is a clause in the bill that they proposed that says that healthcare should be given to all people, not just United States
It
citizens.
says aliens, and it defines aliens as legal residents, especially the legal permanent residents.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then I agree. But when it comes to what's it called, subsidized healthcare versus people going hungry, actually, I don't really want to take that stance.
Yeah. Okay. Hard stance to argue, right?
Wait. I was gonna argue the stance that people on SNAP are gonna lose their benefits, but I really don't care. Most of the people on SNAP benefits should be out there working for themselves and putting food on their own table. So
I
that's
think
why I
it's
don't
a
want
sad
to
reality
argue
that
this
the Republicans can't come to the table and negotiate so that one, Americans get their health care, and two, Americans also get their SNAP benefits. I think both of those are important. What's up, Purple?
What's up? Sorry, I was just in chat complaining about how you're lib coded.
Okay. Exactly how?
Huh?
Like,
Oh, I'm joking.
Oh, you're joking.
Because
Oh, I am. Oh, I'm being lib. I'm being lib coded right now. Don't worry. I'm getting around.
You are being lib coded, but I'm just making.
If I was being really lib coded, what I would do is I would say it's completely Republicans' fault. Okay. But I'm just explaining, like, the reality is that, like, this is politics. We're trying to get a political win, and currently it's working. So I think that's good if it means we win the midterms.
Yeah.
Scratch, not to strengthen Jake's argument, because I mean, it doesn't sound like he knows much about the subsidies that they're fighting for, but the 1.6. Most of it is the FMAP and COVID level increase in healthcare that they're trying to re-inject. But
yeah, I don't deny that.
The Republicans' argument for that is that those were temporary. We're not in COVID level pandemic anymore for healthcare issues, so let's cut that 1.6 trillion.
I think the problem is that the average American, and I probably agree with this, for the most part, is like it's not just it's the fact that our healthcare system was fucked before COVID ever happened, right? It was hard to get access in the first place, and so the Democrats are like, oh, wait, we understand that this was originally for C-19, but why not continue it when access to healthcare was already an issue for a lot of Americans?
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. If you're going to cut the program, you have to either have a solution or come out with the talking point that, hey, we don't care about healthcare and we're running at the point that we're going to abolish the ACA. But they know a little bit better not to do that because they're trying to win the independent vote. That's the main reason Trump got elected is because he was, I won't cut. He was like the first, like before 2016, Republican Party was like super anti-ACA. I mean, like Trump was like, no, I won't cut any benefits. Which got him a lot too. Scratch, do you have any graphs with sources attached of premium prices pre and post ACA being enacted?
I don't.
I'm still looking for one. Like everything is literally, I've gone through like 20 pages of Google, and everything is just like media bullcrap. I can't find any studies.
Use Google Scholar.
Google Scholar. Okay.
Use Google Scholar and then use the what's it called?
The filter?
The paywall remover? Yeah.
Oh, the paywall remover.
No, the paywall remover. For sources.
Yeah. No, I'm not condoning pirating sources. Don't do that's terrible. You know, make sure to pay the institutions their fair price.
That's true. After all, information should be paywall, especially when it's valuable data for political decisions.
No. I don't agree to corporations hoarding information away from people. Most people say
Word.
information is power, so no. Use the paywall
Dude,
blogger or whatever.
Dude, do you not? All right, this guy.
Oh my god.
Voted for
This
Trump.
guy's
but you're
based. Wait, this
anti-private
guy's a
market.
communist.
But no, I'm not.
This guy's a
communist.
MAGA communist. Oh my
I'm
god.
not, I'm not communist, but look at this.
JD
If you're not
Pondon,
cheating,
JD
you're not trying,
Pondon.
okay? If you're not cheating, you're not
Pondon.
trying. You really aren't.
Jake, I never thought
But-
I'd cross someone like you, but this is the first time I officially met a MAGA communist.
Based
I'm not
communist.
communist. No, I'm not communist.
Based.
I am not communist. But hey, look, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. Actually, except if it's in a academic
What are you, a Marine or something?
context. No. But except it's in a academic context where you could be reprimanded if you cheated. But in real life,
Hey, Jake,
Yeah.
you're not
Who's gonna
cheating.
hold
You're
you
just
accountable?
subcontracting, okay? You got to rephrase it, polish it up. Be
So
like a
Jake, what,
politician.
are you an urban proletarian or are you more peasant class guy?
what?
Are you
Based
more
on
like
my Q
urban
level,
I don't
proletarian
even know what those
revolution?
words mean. Like,
Urban proletarian revolution or peasant revolution? Which one?
no, I don't want to do
Which one's
no
your favorite?
revolution, man. Chill, leave the world as it is. Because
Definitely
our
peasant coded based
revolution
off the
mostly
IQ commie
requires
state.
bloodshed, which I am not gonna participate in. Let's clear it up from there. I am not gonna
MAGA? Oh,
participate
because
in
you already
any
won.
bloodshed.
You already won the revolution because of like JD Pondon.
Who the hell is JD Condon?
JD Condon?
JD
Yeah.
Pondon.
Oh my god. You know what? Let's change the conversation because what you guys are saying, I'm not getting at least like 80% of it.
JD Pondon,
Yo, we just got
bro.
sent dinosaur. JD Pondon is actually who I voted for in the election.
Is he
Because I
like
knew-
libertarian or something?
Wait, did somebody give me a whole
you
bunch
could
of...
say that.
Who's been gifting me? Oh, shit.
He's for the
Wait, I thought-
he's for the liberation of the third world.
Wait,
Dang,
I
thanks
thought,
for all the coins, dude.
I
Holy
thought
shit.
the libertarian, the Green Party was like Jill Stein or something.
Like
I
the
don't think
live,
Libertarian
guys.
and
Wait.
Green Party are the same.
Like the live. Like the live.
Yeah.
I would like the live.
Okay, another topic I want to bring up is the reconstruction of the West Wing of the White House. Is it a net positive or net negative?
I don't give a fuck.
So you don't
No one
really
actually
care?
cares. Liberals
Well-
pretend to be like offended, but it's not. It doesn't actually matter.
Well, I see it as a net positive because it's gonna be a permanent event hall right next to the White House where they wouldn't have to erect tents for world leaders.
Literally
to,
does not matter.
be. And
I honestly
Jake,
don't
you're
care.
participating in identity politics. It does not matter one fucking bit. Okay?
Yeah, no one actually cares.
Yeah, this is
what
this
about
is
what I
this
said
is
is
oh wait, if we're
identity
talking about
politics?
media bullshit, this is one right here. This is a great example of a talking point that just should not be talked about and nobody should give a fuck about.
No one cares.
Okay. Understood.
I care more about the fact that he tried to get rid of the emergency funding for SNAP benefits and not use it.
Yep, not super based, is it?
Wait, you
Yeah.
said he tried to get rid of it, so he didn't.
Like
actually
yeah,
get
so
rid of
he
it?
wasn't able to. Yeah, he tried to not use the emergency funds for SNAP so that the people would start faster.
Wait, isn't the
But
Republicans'
it
whole
was blocked
argument
by
right now that Democrats are like give people a snap? That's
Yeah, so they're
hilarious.
trying to
That's
make it happen
actually
faster.
hilarious. Oh my god, he's so
Yeah.
incompetent. He can't even stick with the party line so he can build a good narrative. Oh my
Wait,
god.
The point is that
The
it
Republicans
doesn't
are
matter
Republicans are
anymore, right? The
probably
point
like
is no one
scheming and
actually
planning.
cares.
The Republicans are probably scheming and planning. Okay, guys, we're gonna go out to the media, okay, and we're gonna say that the SNAP benefits are gonna be ending, and it's all the Democrats' fault, and that they're literally going against their own constituents because they're so pro welfare, okay. And then what happens? Donald fucking Trump like, oh, I fucking hate poor people so much. Fuck them. I don't need to use these emergency benefits. I'll actively try not to do it.
And then failed trying to do it.
I actually, this is the first time. Okay, I felt for.
But the thing is
I
that
felt for a 1,000th of a second a slight bit of sadness for the Republican planners who coordinate their
the
media.
people who spend so much time coming up with their evil plans only for Trump to just. But the thing is that it doesn't matter. Like it actually doesn't matter.
I agree. The only reason this shutdown matters is once again midterms. It's the only way this matters.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you predicting? When is it gonna end?
Huh?
When
one-
is it gonna
I don't
end?
see the.
I don't see this ending for a while. It might be another month.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lock. Because on the one hand, like Schumer and Jeffries, they're already like their political careers are already like dying. They're so unpopular,
Oh yeah,
right?
they're not trying
and
to
they
get
want to show that they're
primaried by some
capable, so that they
communists
don't.
and
Yeah, by the lefts. But yeah, so they're the left flank is
Yeah,
really popping
They're
off right
appealing
now.
to their far left party.
So the left flank is like popping off right now with like Mamdani and all these candidates that you see like coming out left and right trying to primary like establishment Dems or go after Republican seats, right?
Mhm.
So you see the establishment is going to freak out because they don't want to get cut off by the left flank. They are supposed to, you know, serve Israel, serve corporations, you know. So it's like if they get shanked by the left flank, then they're not going to be able to continue their. They don't want to get shanked by the left flank, so they're trying to act and be like, look as if they're doing something, so that people don't
Yeah,
feel like they
we're
have
so
to go with the left flank.
progressive.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to say something. Speaking of politicians, let's talk about Hillary Clinton. Do you think she's gonna make a comeback, or is her
Holy
career
shit!
just
I
No,
hope
dude,
not.
everyone
Please
hates Hillary
not.
Clinton.
Please don't.
Everyone hates Hillary Clinton.
I don't
Why
even,
does everyone
I'm
hate
mad that,
Hillary
that Kamala
Clinton?
Harris is even trying to run again. But really, Hillary?
I'm mad that Kamala Harris is like showed her face again, dude.
I know.
Well, she has
shouldn't
to
have
This
run
is
for
this is
son
wait.
and
This is
get some
Kamala.
money
This is
back.
okay. I'm sorry, but Obama.
And the
even
first
for
time
all,
she
for
serves
all
up
the
in
bad
6
things
months,
Obama
the
did,
sport.
Obama was like a genius when it came to like media literacy and how to navigate it. Okay, he's like he's an active
Yeah.
shot caller within the Democrats. Okay, and he does the right thing. Okay, he crawls out of his hole once every 4 years, says, "My fellow Americans, vote for the Democratic candidate," and then climbs back in it, and then does his like little appearances on the shows.
I
He
didn't
sent his
deport
little
anyone.
goons to Poland, and
I only killed those kids that I had to, my fellow Americans. Let me be clear.
Now let me be clear. Okay,
Why did you do a Trump voice crack?
I don't know. It was bad.
You
They
suck at this.
say
I do. You had such a good. Do you still have the Jordan Peterson, purple?
they say imitation
Wait,
is
I don't know if I
flattery.
can
So
do
maybe
it.
he's just a closeted
My
bigot and
fellow,
likes Trump.
I can't do it. I don't think I have it anymore.
You had it
Scratch,
so
are you
you
a-
had it down.
My
pat.
fellow American,
Hey, Scratch,
what
are you
is
a closeted
happening to our men? Our
Scratch.
men are being destroyed by the woke
You're not even getting
leftists.
it right, true Orpal.
I know. I used to have it, bro.
Oh, so you used to be a Trump bigot.
No.
That was
I
a
used to be
joke.
good
That was
at,
a joke.
I used to be good at Jordan Peterson. I used to be good at that.
What was it? What did he say one time? Like, there's one time somebody on Twitter like sent a mean tweet to him, and he got really mad. Well, it's like up yours
I don't know, bro.
or something.
Jordan
He's
Peterson
irrelevant
would just
now, but
talk
he was
really
a funny guy.
Censoring
sensually
who?
and then pretend to cry every like 5 minutes. That's the impression.
Dude, I
like-
want Jordan Peterson to make a comeback. I miss that guy, bro.
Do you really?
He's,
I
like,
think
he's
like,
sad
too-
now.
He's such a like.
Yes, bro.
He's like
he was
the
like
Republican
he was
version
my
of, like,
favorite
Bernie
grifter.
Sanders. You think so?
He's
Wow.
my favorite grifter, though. Like, he's my favorite right wing guy, you know? Because, like, he tries to sound, like, intellectual and he says, like, the dumbest shit, and it's awesome.
Well,
Like,
I mean, yeah, he's a professor.
what do you
I mean,
mean
the dude's
by
super like.
who?
I mean, the guy's super smart. He spent all his life in a college. Like, I mean, he's.
No, he's
I don't
not.
like his.
No, he's not.
Yes.
We have to
he's a-
focus on the enigma.
I want to say he's a pseudo intellectual, but he's.
human ingenuity.
I think he's just a pseudo intellectual. I'm not lying.
Yeah.
I'm sure he knows like something about philosophy. I'm sure he's not. Or wait, is it philosophy or psychology major?
I've read Marx. I've read the Communist Manifesto. And I can tell you it's very bad.
Look, I'm sure he knows something, right? He went to college. He's a professor. The problem is he says bullshit, and he uses like a fancy language to try and make it sound smart. Like the postmodern neo-Marxists are taking over colleges. They're indoctrinating our children, our kids. If the Frankfurt School, like he says bullshit, okay, and he uses fancy language. To try and cover it up.
the Frankfurt School was a thing. That was like
Remember?
2022.
Yes, that was a 2022 core.
Man, those were the days. That was back when like it wasn't like actually bad things happening, and it was just like racists being annoying on the internet.
True. The good days, the good old days was Yano whatever. I don't know how you say his last name. Yano Yiannopoulos. you know that?
Milo
yeah,
Yiannopoulos.
That when
Yeah,
that was the
Milo
worst thing that could
Yiannopoulos. That
possibly
was the
happen,
good
dude.
days.
I want woke to come back so bad, bro. Like woke was annoying, but anti-woke is more annoying than woke.
Wait, what is
I want
woke?
woke back. People being woke. Like
Explain,
woke.
what does that mean to you?
Like people getting like annoyed whenever people use like African American vernacular or whatever. Like I want
Oh
woke
my
back so
gosh.
bad. This is so much
Low
worse.
key, dude. Honestly, yeah. And look, I fucking hate I hate
Woke
the
isn't
woke
really
the woke
good.
scolds. Okay, fucking hated them. I still hate them, but my god, it was the days where you could argue with the left over messaging to. Actually, no, that's still something. The days you could argue with the left about how, hey, actually, being woke scold isn't cool, and that you need to be the right type of woke. That was, that's the good days. Okay. Those were.
Or I miss the
I have a
rad libs,
question,
bro.
guys.
Rad libs don't exist anymore.
No, they do.
Sorry, go
look
ahead.
just look at Dean.
Okay,
So,
but you know what I mean. They're not.
I watched
Yeah.
this one Kamala Harris, interview, and she said something about the justice
kill
system
me
being
now.
weaponized currently. And I want to ask you guys a question.
Yeah, she's
Isn't
not
that
wrong,
ironic
but-
coming for her?
What do you mean?
She literally weaponized the justice system.
Oh, that's right.
That's what I'm
Against
saying.
black men.
Isn't it ironic coming from
No,
Kamala Harris?
Kamala Harris can go in the hole, dude. I don't care, bro. She shouldn't have shown her face in the 2024 election, and she shouldn't have deliberately thrown the election. And like, did you know that they were so Israel coded during the 2024 election that they literally categorized complaints with the Democratic? I don't remember who was exactly the Scratch. You can fact check me, but didn't they literally categorize complaints or like opposition to Israel under other or something like that?
For what? Really?
In polling.
It's hilarious.
They deliberately nuked their own
That's
campaign
hilarious.
to
Well, they have
defend
they have
Israel.
internal polling. I'm guessing that. I'm sure they
Yeah.
look at that.
True. That's like the third time you brought up Israel. I want to ask you a question. What do you think?
Yeah.
Like, how much money do you think Israel, like the AIPAC stuff, is actually being donated to political parties?
It's like, let's see. I've seen it's APAC and APAC affiliated that I know the stats on, kind of, but it depends on the Democrats. Some of them are only getting like tens of thousands. Some of them have gotten millions, and some of them have only gotten a few 100,000.
Okay, I have a question for you. 'Cause I know they're not registered under FARA, but according to according to AIPAC, I can't say that.
Bro, it's my theme
Guys,
song,
is this
bro.
some lore I don't know about? What's going on?
That is a Chief song, dude.
Nagila Hava.
Anyway, so true.
That's so true.
I saw AIPAC release statement of their funding for both parties for the year of 2023 and 2024. The total political donations was 5.4 million for 2 years.
Okay.
I mean, like, do you really think it's that much? That like, I want to understand like where they're getting.
I don't think it's APAC.
No, probably not that much.
So-
I don't
so
think,
where
I don't
is the
think Israel
funding coming
controls
that's
America.
controlling our
It's the other way
politicians?
around.
True.
So they were
Even
just
Biden put the slightest toe tap pressure on Israel, and Netanyahu had to back off.
Exactly. No. I'm not like an insane conspiracy theorist. Like, no, I know how it is. I just don't like the MIC.
liberal broker.
No,
Okay.
I'm
I thought you were like a
leftist.
Yeah, I'm a leftist, and I actually understand how to analyze
I mean, like the
politics.
Yeah, no, I mean like I'm not saying like right broker. I mean like a liberal plus broker. You know. So, anyway.
Yeah. No.
The
I
Israel part.
Zionism is not Judaism. Anti-Semitism bad. Israel is just a front for the MIC. What else? It's all capitalism in America. There we go. Disclaimer.
Tell me more about the MIC. I'm curious about that.
Let's bump this shit,
Oh
bro.
my god, dude.
This is good background music for the MCA.
Yo, this goes hard.
What?
Bro, this goes so hard.
Yeah. Have a Nagila, I'm breathing. Yeah. Have a Nagila, we even. Got a mazel tov for the game. Yeah. But I really do the thing. Yeah. Dance homie, God's only. Yeah. God's man, how they know me. Yeah. Call me niece in the streets. Yeah. But we know, but like peace. Yeah. Ain't trying to hurt nobody. We just came in the party. Like it's $59.99. Yeah. They gon' see us in a prime. Yeah. Big house.
All right.
All
That
right.
was fire. That was fire.
That's actually not a bad song. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Bro, I got that one from Noah.
Scratch, you have any empirical
actually
data that shows that that's a good song?
That's
Yes.
true. How do you know that that's a good song?
Yeah, how do you know
Hold
that?
on.
Well,
I'm
it's
putting on my
isn't it
lid hat.
subjective? Isn't it
I'm putting on
subjective
my
what
lid
he
hat.
believes? It's his opinion, right? Does he have a right to
we're
say it?
joking, Jay.
Don't you guys
Oh,
think
oh,
Kamala
okay.
Harris was great?
Oh yeah, she should run again.
I think
I
it
will
was
wait.
time
She's
for a
great.
black
I
woman.
wait.
She should run
we have
again.
to
to be
only.
in charge.
Here's the credit I'm giving
We
her.
love
I
a
think
woman
she.
of color
I
over
think
here.
Kamala. Sorry, I think Kamala Harris was the only one who actually beat Trump in a debate.
Yeah, I can
Oh
see that.
no! Oh no!
On public yeah, politician wise, yeah.
Oh no! Not with her lying that there's no military service troops on the ground.
Yeah, no.
At that
but
point in
she
time,
won
that was a big
visibly.
blunder.
And also, I feel
Scratch,
like
the person
No,
who
really
couldn't even go on a
visibly.
podcast.
Wait,
to,
you don't
like,
think Kamala Harris
discern
won that debate?
I don't think she won that debate.
The polling says she did. Most
go
Americans.
rewatch it,
Yeah, what?
You know what? I will actually. I will rewatch
bro.
that debate.
Rewatch it, dude.
The
Rewatch
immigrants,
it.
they're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Illegal
In-
Haitians. Springfield,
in
Ohio.
She didn't even have a
In
rebuttal for that.
Springfield.
Scratch. She didn't even have a rebuttal for
the
that.
cats.
You don't need a rebuttal. It's a rhetorical win, bro.
Well, yeah, I guess. But
You don't need a rebuttal. That's what, like, when
Politics
you
is
go
not
up on
about
yeah.
what is true. Politics is about what people think is true.
Of course, she's not gonna have a rebuttal for
Obviously,
some.
Kamala
By
Harris
the
was a
way,
liar.
if somebody, right, if I was debating somebody on national news, right, I can't just get my like note. I don't have like my phone from me or note to look something up ahead of time. And somebody said,
Dude, she
let's
literally
I'm
had-
debating. I'm debating them on foreign policy. I'm like, hey guys, yeah, I think we shouldn't like fund Israel anymore. And they're like, Israel has actually saved 2 trillion Gazans of the Gaza Strip. In fact, the Gazans love them so much. There was a poll done recently that said Gazans actually love Israelis and want them to succeed, and said they want U.S. to fund them more. I just start laughing at them.
Dude, President Xi, launch the nukes, bro. We will welcome you as liberators, President Xi. Please. I'm so
Xi.
done with this.
True. You just need to laugh at that boy. And she
Dude,
wait, what was she asked him about the healthcare, and I have a concept of an idea. Was that it? What the quote?
Dude, I have concepts of a plan. Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
Scratch, I'd rather him stand up there and like signal that he may entertain healthcare and then come back and cut it than her idea of Medicaid for all that had like no tax plan, that had like high end estimates of like
You don't need
$49
tax
trillion.
plans when getting rid of like the idea of expanding like and Yale is studying this, and actually I don't know if you were there for the debate, but studies have like indicated it just extending Medicare for everybody would actually be a reduction in administrative costs. It would actually save us money. Maybe I can bring it up.
I forgot that Kamala Harris did the whole Medicare for all bit.
Yeah, in 2019, that was our whole talking point for 2020. And she literally got 0 delegates running off that talking point. You know?
True.
Like Tulsi Gabbard, absolute. What was it, Tulsi Gabbard, who ended up like switching over to Donald Trump? She like first ran as Democrat, right?
Yeah,
that was
she had
Tulsi
some
Gabbard. That's her
interesting
name.
opinions.
Yeah, but like Tulsi Gabbard absolutely dog walked her on that primary debate stage. Like the whole Brady versus Maryland, like everything. She was like,
I don't know why Kamala Harris shouldn't have any responses to that. Look, some of it was true about like what she did as her time as AG. Some of it was just like straight up lies, though. And then
But
she just
at
did
the end
not
of the
have a
day-
solid
at the end of
response.
the day, Well, because you can't respond to her literally because she represented her own lawyer, her own like guy who worked under her. I forget his name. I can pull it. Well, I actually have it on the name of that lawyer that she's defended in that versus like she has spent a lot of it.
Bro went into liberal hell.
Although healthcare expenditures per capita are higher in the United States, in the USA than in any other country, more than 37 million Americans do not have health insurance, and 41 million have inadequate access to care. Efforts are going to repeal the Affordable Care Act, which would exacerbate healthcare inequalities. By contrast, the universal system, which was proposed for the Medicare for All Act, has the potential to transform the availability efficiency of American healthcare services, taking into account both the costs of coverage expansion and the savings that would be achieved through Medicare for All Act. We calculate single-payer universal healthcare system is likely to lead to a 13% savings in national healthcare expenditure, equivalent to more than $450 billion annually.
But what about the pharmaceutical companies?
We'll attack them next, okay? One thing at a time. Goddamn. Okay. What did Biden do bad? Gaza, Israel, not good. His stuff on Ukraine was fine, but he should have just funded Ukraine way more at the start and get the war over it sooner. He was hedging it out too much. Just fucked up foreign policy wise there. I think it was pretty okay otherwise. I didn't. Some of his trade policy though wasn't great. I didn't like the increased tariffs, especially for like lumber and stuff. I don't think that was like good policy. But he did get rid of like. Well, I think he kept like 70% of Trump's tariffs, but he did get rid of like 30% of them. So that was at least something. Legislatively, I think he's definitely. I actually think he was one of our best the Democrat presidents when it came to legislation. He got like 170 bills passed through Congress under a partisan Congress. Or no, bipartisan Congress.
Can you hear me now, Scratch?
Yeah.
So the case was California versus Jeff Adachi. That was the defendant, and the lawyer was Robert Allen Murray. That was the grossest like Brady versus Maryland violation, and then Alan Murray literally falsified 2 lines in one of his statements in the court, and then she argued on his behalf and said, well, since the law says you can't physically assault somebody in a court trial, it's only like referring to actually laying hands on them. Lying is not like it was just a prank that he manufactured 2 lines that were untrue in this case. You know, like that's what her argument was. She got bodied by the appellate court. You know, but, I mean, there's no argument.
Yeah,
for
there's
that.
no there's
Like,
arguing against that. It's just
show her.
it's bad.
Yeah, you're just a bad candidate. I don't even know why they put her up there in the first place. Like, you can't say someone's integral when there's literally transcripts of an appellate court hearing of her like arguing on somebody, one of her own lawyers that lied. You know, you can't say, "Oh, it's not her responsibility." Definitely was.
I agree. It definitely like. I think she was the best candidate to run. I don't know though. I think she was. This kid is script reading. Let's see. So wait, unicorn mullet is right. You're wrong. Right. Go some play with your friends. I'm never wrong. Right. The kid is right. Right. So war. Agreeing with the kid about politics is wild. Okay, first of all, by definition, a kid is somebody who is under the age of 18. Okay, I am 18 years old, so your argument just falls on its face there. Number 2, for the person saying our script reading earlier, actually, I'm playing Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. I'm doing some speed runs. I'm gaming. I'm not reading anything. The only thing I'm looking at or reading is the comments here or on TikTok, okay? You literally have no ability to, even if I was reading a script, I think, wouldn't that be a good thing? Because I would have had to do research ahead of time to understand, to make some kind of talking point. So that would just indicate the fact that I'm actually willing to do research. But even again, I don't even have to do that because I've already done research. I've memorized it, and I can play games, and I can talk to people, and I can interact dynamically with the comment section and my interlocutor, and I don't have to go off some like ChatGPT script, which I know all of you guys do tend to use. So
Hold on, let me type that into ChatGPT real quick. Let's double check you there. ChatGPT says I'm right, Twin.
true.
Yeah, ChatGPT that's trained on the most far right Reddit server fucking opinion pieces. They're giving us accurate information, right?
Hold on. ChatGPT,
Kid, your brain is
communism is
still
awesome,
developing.
right?
Your biggest achievement so far is graduating high school. Okay, it's another problem, right? When it comes to like logic and being able and critical thinking, right? At least through like political stuff, the prefrontal cortex has nothing to do with that, right? When it comes to it comes to more like rash decision making, right? That's the point where like the prefrontal cortex has to do. That's why you see like teenagers and college kids, you know, and tend to like make bad like spur of the moment decisions because the prefrontal cortex isn't like developed. And if we can, I've taken the time to make literally my immigration doc alone is over 100 pages at this point. I did research before the stream as we were talking point. Yes, as we were talking point, I was making about the Nigeria stuff. I made sure to look into like the numbers on the NGO. I spent about 2 hours on that. I have an entire document just on harmful act in Trump administration. So the brain development point just doesn't make sense. And like third of all, that's an ad hominem. It's just an ad hominem attack. You're attacking something or a trait about me that I can literally not change, and also has nothing to do with if the argument is correct or not, right? If somebody who's 16 says the sky is blue versus somebody who's 80 years old says the sky is actually not blue, it's the sky is red, right? Their age has nothing to do with if the argument is right or not. So please, maybe you should go back to school, learn what actual logic are, okay? Don't make literal logical fallacies in my comment section, and actually make an argument against what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Ageism is real, man. Strange as fuck.
Leave if he's a kid. I'm not a kid, dude. 18. Once again, what do you mean? He has a higher pitch. He has a higher pitched voice, and when he talks, he sounds like he knows what he's doing. Oh, and he's black, and he has a young looking face.
I'm seeing chatters talking mad shit, but I'm not seeing anyone joining TikTok.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's all on YouTube. It's all like just groypers on YouTube, I reckon. That's like,
They're not groypers. They're not groypers.
Shit.
They're not groypers.
If he's so stupid, why don't you come talk to him? You'll steamroll him.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Also, I think like the same way the far progressive left has like hijacked their party, like we need to do, or the Republican Party needs to do something to like stop the hijacking.
Why the fuck do I care? Or what?
I'm not racist. My wife is
fuck
black.
should
That's
I
my
care?
favorite comment.
I don't. What is you? Okay, sorry. What does you
I'm
have
not
being a
racist, my
veteran
wife
have
is
anything to
black.
do with any of the arguments I get given? What does you being a father of 3 people have anything to do with the arguments I've given? What does you being 41 years old have anything to do with the arguments I've given? Whether if all those facts are true, does that somehow make it wrong when I say Donald Trump lost the debate? You can look at the polling, right? Donald Trump absolutely got embarrassed by Kamala Harris when he went up and said illegal immigrants and Spur, Ohio are eating cats and dogs, right?
Not even illegal, by the way.
True.
Wasn't it like a U.S. White American woman who ended up eating
Yeah,
one
in
of
a
those
different
cats?
town from years prior. It was a giant post-identification.
There were videos of them overtaking those government housing complexes and stuff like that. And there were a couple of police reports of people-
Dessous Epic wants to debate you about intellectualism and axiomatic self-recursion.
I'm gonna need a definition for those last 2 words.
I mean, I'm assuming axiomatic self-recursion just means something that's self-referential. That you accept axiomatically that it's self-referential, right?
That's what
Like
an
you've accepted
axiom.
causation.
Wait. So yeah, because an axiom is like saying this is because this is because this is because this is because this is.
All right, is that what you mean?
But that's a really pretentious way because if you say an axiom, it already implies that.
Axiomatic self-recursion can be fallacious and it can just mean that you're establishing an axiom.
If you
They are
wanted,
eating
if you
cats
wanted,
and dogs, moron. That's true. That's true. You should
yeah,
come debate.
if
bro.
you wanted, if
Come
you wanted to debate me, just click on my link tree, join my Discord, and we can probably debate
And
at some
self-rest.
point.
So why are we talking about Gödel's theorems? Dusu Epic. How do you debate mathematics? It's either the case or it is not the case.
What's up, Max?
What's going on?
Chilling. On live, reading the YouTube comment section. I don't want to debate. I want to have a conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Join
No?
TikTok chat.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if I would like. We can have a conversation. That's fine. If you want to, we don't. I won't be aggressive. We don't have to do it, debate. But if you're saying that because what you want to do is for you to come up here, me make my point, and then you go on a 5-minute rant about something that doesn't matter, that's not going to happen. You will be kicked.
Yeah, the whole like anti-debate, pro-civil discussion thing is just so cringe.
Yeah, people say that because they don't have the spine to argue their point because they don't want to fully identify.
Well,
with
I
something.
think-
If you're going to debate, if you have a quote unquote conversation, you have to have at least stand still points where you're willing
True,
to.
but I'm willing to have a conversation. It just needs to be a conversation where you're dynamically engaging with the points I'm making, and I'm like engaging with the points that you're making. It can't be this. Rainiel points this out perfectly. When like people come on his live, it happens to me too. He'll say, "Okay, here's my point for a specific prompt," or "Here's why I think Trump is bad," or "This isn't this," and then they'll go on a rant about DEI and trans people for 5 minutes instead of actually talking about like whatever the
Look at what
guy
Get
was.
Kraken 17175 said
Right, get
in YouTube
your opinion
chat.
matters whether Republican or Democrat, whatever, but mine doesn't matter.
That's bro. Just invalidated the entirety of intellectual debate. Just actually no. Ultimate, I'm entitled to my opinion fallacy.
The response.
You know, bro, we just agree to disagree. Come on.
Yeah. No.
Actually, I believe what I want to believe, and you can do nothing to change that.
Actually, let me
It
tell
is the
you.
American way. I thought the American way was debating, but oh damn it, bro! I just lived myself.
No,
Oh,
we
I'm
don't
gonna kill
redress
myself.
our grievances with the government. We go outside and we
Look,
protest.
I'll drop
Why?
everybody from the panel if you want to come up on TikTok or Discord, and we can have a conversation. I won't insult you. I'll be nice. We can do that. But conversation doesn't mean you get to rant about some bullshit, right? That doesn't matter. To the point. And as you see, the conversation will be specifically be on the subject of what happened to no new wars. Specifically that Donald Trump's violation of his promise. And then if you want to talk about...
Okay, great. Get cracking.
Yep, and we can have a conversation about that in Discord, right? You just need to click on my link tree, click on my server, join it, or on TikTok, you just need to click on my link tree, click on my TikTok, request up because I'm live there right now.
And
ran out
Get
of-
Kraken just said, "You just said I'm not gonna let you sit here and talk bad about my belief system. Like, it's not like we're trashing like an identity unless you consider.
We're not
your
saying
belief system
we're
an
not
identity.
we weren't saying like
If
oh you
someone
can't have
believes
the
that we
point.
should.
He
It
says
is their
like,
identity.
It seems to be he's saying because it was like
Is it like? Because like if someone says we should stamp out all puppies, and I say we shouldn't do that, I should be able to reprimand that person, right? What is this?
That's actually concerning too. That he identifies his party politics as his personal identity of morals.
Yeah,
And then, like somebody
like,
else
to
can
be
do something
offended.
wrong. Yeah, like this is like talking about foreign policy. Like this is not your personal identity. Like don't be so delusional. Anybody already approaching a quote-unquote debate as an I just want to have a conversation is like,
lies are just opinions about facts. No, lies is making an untruthful statement knowingly. That's what a lie is. Or knowingly making an
Yeah, an
untruth.
opinion without a fact is like
sounds like the
I like chocolate.
True. That could just be a personal subjective statement, or it could just be somebody's misinformed. But yeah, if you make a comment and I disagree about it, I'm gonna say, hey, I think debate's important. I'm trying to have a conversation, but I think oftentimes when people say that, I'm not like trying to personally
Look at
insult
what
you. I'm
he
just saying I
said.
disagree with your opinions.
Look at what he said.
Conversation runs-
You're making a lot of assumptions about me. You sound like my wife.
Okay, Unc.
Kind of like my wife.
Is your wife okay?
Kind of like my wife.
41
Hey, yo, chat, can we ban this
kid.
guy?
41
You like
free
man?
kids
You like
scared to
man?
You like
is
you
hilarious.
like man. You like man. If that man is your
Caveman
dad,
discovers
if that man,
homosexual.
if your man is your dad, yes, I'm sure.
What?
What did you say that? Kidding.
You like man?
You like men.
You like man? Caveman discovers gay people.
People
You like
actually,
man?
it's actually so insane, right? People will.
What do you guys think about these Halloween costumes celebrating the death of Kirk? I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't care.
I'll like joke. I'll make a people be like, oh, look at this little kid. He sounds like a homosexual. It's like, yeah, I fuck your dad every night. It's like, oh, so you are gay. Do you know what an ironic? Do you know what an ironic joke is, little bro? I'm making fun of you. Holy shit.
Actually, so to your point, Drew, about the costumes, I think there's a really good philosophical debate when it comes to political violence and stuff like that, because our country was based off
Wait, do you
those
guys
principles.
still not understand? Okay, wait, sorry. For the audience, I am straight. Okay, moving on.
You like man?
Except when it comes to purple.
Oh, true.
Purple's gay.
True.
But yeah, Drew, don't you think? Drew, don't you think it's like weird that we're all like dystopian and like, oh, we shouldn't condone political violence, but like that's the founding fathers like based on.
Yeah, but is that like political violence in America, or are you considering like the Revolutionary War political violence?
I'm talking about
I mean, it is
the Revolutionary War. Like we
Yeah, but that's like a different thing.
Well, don't you think the disagreement of parliamentary and monarch infringement and us being rebellious, causing to the violence of the uprising, that is political violence?
Yeah, but I
It's
think when
based
people
on-
say
You're sounding
political
like a
violence,
communist, man.
yeah, I think when people say like political violence now, they're more referring to like in party or like counter-party political violence under the same system. Like I don't think
it's the difference between like we're differentiating between political violence that's carried out by the state and political violence that's not carried out by the state,
True.
or by
Okay,
like
so
a
it's
state-like
party to
apparatus,
party
like
instead of revolution to an
yeah,
exterior
I mean,
government.
I guess you can make an argument that if the person who like unalived him was like completely anti-liberal, then maybe like some small revolution kind of, but like it wasn't really a political entity. It's more like a person, unaliving someone political.
I don't
I
think
see what
that.
you're saying.
But besides, it's not like Kirk was like actually using the state to commit a trial. Like he was supporting state violence, right? And he was supporting things that were bad, but he was. I don't think he should have been shot.
True.
And I don't
What
think you can
state
justify
violence was he supporting?
Guys, I need to get off. I need to edit this stream. I need to film a video.
I got you. I'll see you guys.
Okay.
Here,
Bye-bye,
hold on,
Scratch.
guys. Before you go, hold on. Let me do one more thing before you go, Scratch.
He's gonna give you $1 bazillion.
Please, if you're on
Hold on,
YouTube
Scratch,
chat,
let
I'm
me
ending
register
stream.
mine.
If you like the stream, if like we were talking about, hopefully we'll actually get some more
Whoa,
debaters.
he actually did send $1 billion.
Oh my
Just
god,
like
thank
glowing
you, dude.
jellyfish.
Holy shit,
W
thank you.
W conversation, all right?
Thank you, man.
There's
glowing
some free market capitalism, monetary capital that I hoarded to give to you, Scratch, all right?
Thank you.
Wow.
So be
capitalism.
empathetic and give it all away to the homeless, so we can support your socialist beliefs.
I
That
will
from-
be giving
that's
it
from
Socialism is
market
when poor.
capitalism from my business.
Socialism is when
that
no
I
poor.
hoarded, all right?
True. Okay.
Socialism is when you do a charityism.
Charityism?
Enjoy
Mr.
my capitalism, my reap benefits from capitalism.
Thank you. I will
Oh
make
my
sure.
gosh! Enjoy the spare wealth I could give out.
Thank you. Thank you.
Enjoy
But
it.
generally, besides that, thanks for the support.
No worries. I'll I'll see you. I'll see y'all. Bye.
Thank you. And if you're
Love
on
you,
YouTube,
Scratch.
if you're on YouTube chat, if you enjoy the content, once again, you can always go and subscribe. Really enjoy the content. You can go and become a member, paid member on my Patreon. That would be a great help, at least for me. I can get a better camera at some point because that's the main thing I'm concerned about. If you did enjoy the content enough to give me money, or you don't have the money to do so, please don't like go into debt or anything. Or if you're trying to financially give me money, you can just subscribe if you like the content. And if you didn't like the content at all, thanks for raging in my comments and giving me attention. Always love it.
Bro, wait,
you,
Scratch.
Kraken.
You're telling them they don't have to donate, but why were you pointing a gun in my head and telling me I had to give you money for
Well,
your YouTube channel
you're Jewish.
Oh.
And Mossad, for some reason, is skimping on my fucking paychecks. So you'll be giving me something.
I see.
Okay. Last thing. Unfortunately, if you are a white person, you need to give me reparations. That's just the sad reality. Okay. So, white people, you need to at least become a $10 member, right? If you're mixed race, and by mixed race, that means any other race and white, you need to subscribe to the $5 membership. And if you are a true, beautiful minority, you don't have to give me anything, okay? But if you are white, mandatory reparations. Let's see.
That's true. Oh, people are taking it seriously. My political opposition is incapable of telling.
No, wait! Holy shit, chat!
Wait, seriously?
Oh my god, 2 chatters actually understood it was a joke. Holy shit.
Whoa!
Chat gained fucking IQ points this live.
YouTube chat is evolving.
Oh my god.
YouTube chat is evolving.
Oh my gosh, YouTube
I refuse
chat.
to join any organization. All right, Captain.
YouTube chat actually thank you, okay? Except for the one person, pure power or whatever. The fact that you didn't understand that was a joke is very sad, okay? But I'm joking.
My political opposition is incapable of joking.
True. You can't joke anymore these days. Me proceeds to do a joke.
The left tried to make comedy illegal.
Okay.
Legalize comedy.
Legalize comedy?
Legalize
Comedy is
it.
legal. No.
Comedy is illegal now.
Okay.
Legalize comedy.
See ya.
All right, bye-bye.
YouTube. All these mega pies. Are you wokey? Work for your money, bum. Call me bum because of what? Damn. Kid can't take a joke. Oh, you fucker. I can't tell, bro. It's fucking text. Sarcasm doesn't come through. Okay? And I've literally made that joke in the past, and I've had chat rage out on me. And I have to explain it to them. I have to handhold them through the entire fucking joke, okay? So don't get mad at me. I don't fucking know. Voted for Trump. True. A small loan of $1 million really does go a long way. Atypical liberal, hear the truth and crash out. I'm not raging. I took it. No, I'm saying I know you took it as a joke, and then you told me, right, that it's, and then you were trying to, like, you're joking with me by saying, oh, that's racist for you to say that. But then I was like, oh, wait. Well, then I actually thought you're being dumb. Because most of the time when I make that joke, and I made that joke in the past, chat actually doesn't understand. I have to explain it to them. So I thought you actually didn't understand, but you were just being sarcastic. But sarcasm doesn't come through text. So I wasn't saying, I was saying that I thought you were, like, raging about it. I knew, once you told me you were joking, I understood. Oh, we're clear. Okay. Thanks for coming alive, though. Pure power. Okay. We're gonna end now. We're gonna log off. See y'all.